Hey guys, now let's finish. Again, I'm not sure, but I think I circled one but not the other. So let's look at these guys. A triangle has a side length of 6, 8, and 10. So that's small, medium, and large. Although they're all kind of the same, just one's a little smaller, one's a little larger. Okay, so you're not sure. One's 6, one's 8, one's 10. So is this acute, right, or obtuse? Well, Pythagorean theorem works here too, because if we order them least to greatest, a squared plus b squared is c squared. If we order them least to greatest, and we put the two smaller ones here, then this would have to equal that. Okay, so 36 plus 64 is 100. And is that equal to the large side squared? Well, 10 squared is 100. So this is a true statement. These two, the a and the b squared added together, did equal the c squared. So this is definitely a right angle. All right, so this is definitely a right triangle, 6, 8, 10. Let's try a different one. And we can see, let's see if this works. So the two smaller ones, 6 and 7, if I square 6 and 7, I get 36 plus 49. So I get 85. Okay, so if this is really a right triangle, I should get that 12 squared is 85, right? But wait a minute, 12 squared is 144, so those are not equal. So it can't be a right triangle because a squared plus b squared is not c squared. That's only true for a right triangle. So we've eliminated it's not a right triangle. But how do I know? Well, look at this. The longest side is bigger. So the two sides, the 6 and the 7, the two small and medium, would have made had to stretch bigger to fit in a 12, if that makes sense. So this sounds like an obtuse triangle because 144 is bigger than 185, or excuse me, 85. What would be another way to think about this? Well, in our calculator, if we calculated, well, what would be the square root of 85? That would be the third side if it was right. Yeah, 9.2. So if a triangle was a 6, 7, this side would be the square root of 85, which would round to 9.2. Once again, though, 12 is bigger than that, so we must have an angle that's bigger than 90. Okay, now let's do some of these. So I'm going to do a few, and whichever ones I don't complete, we'll finish in class. So let's see. An airplane over the Pacific sights an atoll. That's a bird. At an angle of depression. Okay, so here's my airplane A. And the angle of, so looking down at a 6-degree angle, at this time, the horizontal distance from the airplane to the atoll, okay, so airplane already starts with an A, so I guess I'll call the atoll, whatever bird it is. The horizontal distance is 4768. Okay. So if you see a Z, that's AIAT. That angle would be equal to this angle. So that would also be 6 degrees. What is the height of the plane? So we make X what we're asked to follow. We got to make X the height of the plane, right? Let's zoom in a little bit. So there's our triangle. So let's label the sides in reference to my angles. So this would be opposite over, and that's adjacent. So I need tangent. The tangent of 6 degrees is opposite over adjacent. So the tangent of 6 degrees is X over 4768. Now, when I look at this, swapping wouldn't help me. So hopefully you're thinking, you need to multiply both sides by 4768. So if I multiply both sides by 4768, I should get my answer. So we got this cancel, and I get X is equal to, On the right, x is all by itself. And on this side, I get 4768 times the tangent of 6. Okay, so let's type that in a calculator. 4768 times the tangent of 6. Okay, 4768 times the tangent of 6, 501 says round to the nearest meter. So 501 meters. Good job, guys. Let's do another. Okay, so a spotlight is mounted on a wall 8 feet above the desk. So here's my spotlight, right? It is used to light the entrance of the door 750 feet from the desk. Okay, so here's my desk, and it says, I guess there's my entrance, and is 7.5 feet. The entrance is 7.5 feet from the desk. To the nearest degree, what is the angle of depression? So if the spotlight is pointed down at the entrance, I'm solving for the angle of depression. So I have to make this x. What else? I didn't put this 8.2 anywhere. So it says the spotlight is mounted 8.2 feet above the desk, right? So if you see this z, this angle of depression, if that's x, this would also be x. Okay, so our angle of reference is x. Let's label our sides, opposite and adjacent, right? So that means we need to use tangent. So the tangent of my reference angle, and that's what we're solving for. We're solving for the angle. Tangent of an angle is opposite over adjacent. So tangent of this angle would be 8.2 over 7.5. Okay, cool. So let's figure out what that is. 8.2 divided by 7.5. Ooh. So the tangent of x is a big old ugly number, 1.093 repeating. 1.093 repeating. Okay. So now, what's keeping x from being by itself? That's tangent. So I need this inverse tangent, do the inverse tangent of both sides. So that would make that cancel, and now what's on the left would be x, and this side would be the inverse tangent of 1.093 repeating. So the inverse tangent of that. Okay, so I got to do the inverse tangent of that. And this calculator lets me put that in there. Okay, the inverse tangent of that, 47.55. Says round to the nearest degree. So I'm going to round that up to 48 degrees. Good job. Okay. I guess I'll do one more, and then we'll wait to do these in class. I can't remember where I circled, so I'll just do all these, and then we'll do these in class. Let's do this last one. Find the angle of elevation of the sun from the ground to the top of a tree when a tree that is 5 yards tall. So a tree is 5 yards tall. I got that part right. Cast a shadow 12 yards long. Okay. Find the angle of elevation. Okay. So here would be our sun up here in the sky, right? What is this angle of elevation? So this would be, the angle is elevated from the ground, and we're rounding to the nearest degree. So we're actually solving for this angle of elevation. So once again, it looks like we need which function? Tangent, because we have a number for opposite and adjacent. So let's do it. The tangent of this angle x, I don't know, but I do know it's equal to opposite over adjacent. So the tangent of angle x is equal to 5 over 12. So what is 5 over 12? Let's find out. 5 divided by 12 is this big old ugly number, 0.416 repeating. Okay, so this is keeping tangent from being by itself on one side, so let's do the inverse tangent. And so this side starts to get cleaned up here. I'm going to finish the problem over here. The inverse tangent of the tangent of x is just x. the inverse tangent of this ugly number, we're going to do in our calculator. So the inverse tangent of this number that I just calculated, enter, ooh, round to the nearest degree. So that would round up to 23 degrees. Great job, guys. See you soon.